All right, so here's the hot shot bed setup that I put in for when I was doing cross-country deliveries with my trailers, which you'll see photos of here. And I went out and bought a memory foam mattress, which is really nice. It's got a little bit of staining from time and wear, but it's a really nice mattress, and you can open it up, cut it down, and then sew it back together to fit this size. The width was perfect. It was just a little too long. I'm going to show you the height here of the bed height that I did, and that way you can see I did it just to about 15 inches, so I could fit those storage bins that you get at Home Depot and Lowe's underneath here. So I put a full-size one there and a half-size one there on both sides, and then some little ones in the middle. So here you can see the supports. I had to do a slight angle on the front two corners, this one and the one over there. You could see the angle on it because to fit the containers in. And also with this in particular truck, you have little storage compartments here. I wanted to be able to get in there to store stuff, so I didn't want that leg in the way. So there you go. It turned out really good as far as the center console goes too, because when it was shut, this is a Dodge Ram 3500, by the way. It's almost the same height, so it was really nice to have that. You can kick your legs out there and sit up in this thing, and if you didn't want to sit sideways, you could sit facing forward and have your legs out there to work on your laptop or whatever when you're on the road. I also have, you can see the holder over there, but I took it out already. As the you can also see on this side that I have a holder for the fire extinguisher here. And what I did is I put a stick or a little 1x2 right here that comes up from down below, and it just locks it into place, and it holds pretty good. The 1x2 is just attached right up there, and then I've got my 4x4 posts down here. And there's another angled bracket, so you could get in this side as well and have a little storage compartment. That's on the Dodge Ram 3500. There's a 2012. And then you got air conditioning that on this truck that come to the back and keep you kind of cool if you had it running. So it worked out really well. It was a really comfortable mattress. And we're going to disassemble this now so you could see how it was put in. This is what I was talking about. You cut the end off to fit the length of the bed in the back of the truck and sew it back in. It unzips. Right here is a zipper, so you could pull the mattress out, cut the mattress down, then fold this back over and sew it up before you zip it up. Okay, bed's out, removed. Once again, I'm going to show you. You got a 4x4 post there in the center, and on the other side I got a 2x3 post in the dead center of the bed to support my body weight, and then little 1x2s on the two corners that I put at like slight, probably 22, 18 degree angles, and then two posts in the middle on the center hump. And it's all connected by a couple screws on the top on each side. Where are they? Over here. There's one of them. There, the center here. All it takes is two screws. You don't have, I put three in the center, I guess, here, because the body weight of the center. But you don't have to go crazy with the screws because the downward weight holds it all in place. And I put a little thing up there to hold it in place. You had to bend it because of the angle. Then we have a kicker plate down at the bottom going forward just to hold it from moving around too much. One screw in that to hold it in place, and there you go, and same on the other side. All right, gonna take this baby apart here, one-handed. And then the one that I put in the top to go down through the angled little edge bracket that is here, I wanted to, it had to be a much longer screw because it was going through the support, the cross supports of the actual bed top. So you can see that that's just right there, and that's why I have that bracket to hold it in place. And then this screw goes down through this first and then into that. So it had to be a longer screw. Had to switch my bit out to be a star bit because I was using the more strong screws up on top. But this, out of these two screws, this one is actually going into the support bracket the other one is just there to hold these two together. The cross member. So that one, this one, this guy, they're all there for the cross members. So there you go. Took that out and you can see how it was assembled. I'll do some measurements for you. This ended up being 14.5 basically. Had to do a few adjustments to get it level because of the angle. And then this kicker piece is just 4 1/4. It can be 4 inches, doesn't have to be 4 1/4. And then you get the 1/2 inch wood right here that makes up the difference to make it the height that it was. Okay, taking the final screws out of the 4x4s, I want to show you that that one wasn't at too much of an angle, but what I've done is I've put these screws in at slight angles. You can see the angle coming out there to make sure it went into the center of the 4x4 below up there, so you didn't have them splitting the outside edges if I was too close, because I wasn't sure my exact position. You can see I made marks where I thought the outside of the 4x4 was, but it could have been off a little bit. So when I put the 3 screws in, I did slight angles towards the middle. All right, once again, to lock the actual fire extinguisher mount into place, I just have the 1x2, same size as the other ones, going underneath here. And you can see I just had the 1 screw in it down here. I've already taken that out. And then it was fed upwards through this seat mount when we put the seat back in. This is one of the clips that the seat goes on. You can see there's 2 more in the middle, 1 down at the other end. But I had to feed it up because of the angles. And then when I attached this, it couldn't go back down. So it held it in place really good. So I had to put 2 washers through each screw where this mounted, both there and at the top up here, because I had to hold it away from the window, I think, a little bit. So I just put 2 washers in each one of those to hold the plastic a little bit more outwards, and worked out great. Now you just pull this back down through, and there that is. Let me give you a measurement on that. Pretty much 19 inches, and I painted it black on purpose so it was less conspicuous when it was sticking up, and it looked a little bit better. By the way, having it there really did not interrupt my sleeping patterns at all. I didn't hit it with my feet or anything. So once again, this bed is in a 2012 Dodge Ram 3500 4-wheel drive that I was using, and it was 62 inches long to fit in here and not really damage the doors. You got a little bit of damage there. So the width ended up being 38 inches wide. That was good for me. If you're a little taller of a person, you might want to make it only 37 wide so you can move your driving seat back a little bit. And then because I got these little things here, it's so easy to get in and out of here. I'm in right now, you know. Even with the mattress in there, you could pile in real quickly. So there you go. We're going to take this out. Here's the positions of the 5 4x4 supports. These 2 are a little taller because of the thing. I had to get a level out and make sure it was all good. So let's see what these heights are for you here. All right, for the front 2 that sit on the between here, they're 11.5. On the back 3 that go on the outsides, kind of almost to the outsides, I put a little bit inwards, they are exactly 9. And then there was the 1 support that was in the center here, like that, holding the center of the bed up. And that is also, that's actually a little bit lower there, I guess, than up front there. So this guy here was 11.25. Actually, it's a little higher. It's 11.25. So there you go. Those were the 5 4x4 supports and your 1 1x2. You could put a 2x4. You could put a 4x4 there if you want, but it was want to make room for smaller containers to slide up under there. Here's the bed top from the underneath. You can see I only put the 1x3 supports on the outsides, and not in along the edges, because I wanted to be able to get the 4x4. You can see the shadow from it there, the leftover mark from it there. The 4x4 pieces right to the edge for best weight support. So there you go.